Hey guys, Mike Lawson here. Welcome to Friday Night Leadership. I know I'm starting a little late tonight, but I want to do this video anyway. I know only the serious entrepreneurs will be tuning in right now. A lot of you guys are going to catch us on the replay. But in tonight's topic, I want to talk about, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wanted your team just to recruit more, to sell more, just to talk to more people? Have you ever felt like, my team's not doing anything, I want them to do more? Why don't they see what I see? Why aren't they out there doing what I do? Well, that brings up my first point, is that, and I'm going to give you three tips on, three tips to help you actually get your team to produce more, to recruit more, to sell more. But my first point is that your team will do what they see you doing. Okay, so people will do what you do, not what you say. See, it's easy to tell people what to do, what they should be doing. Have you ever called somebody on your team and said, who'd you talk to today? What are you doing? Well, when you know that you haven't prospected anybody, you haven't recruited anybody, you haven't piqued anybody's interest, but you want your team to do it. Now listen, there are going to be people that join your team, and the reality is this, and I don't know if your upline or your sponsor is going to tell you this, but most people are not going to do anything. And that's just human nature. It's the 80-20 rule, okay? And be okay with that. Now, it's probably going to drive you crazy like it did me, especially if you're the type of person where you see more in other people than they see in themselves, and you know that they would be great, or you know that they have a huge network, and maybe they're just scared to talk to them. Maybe they just have a fear of reaching out to people. Listen, we've all been there, right? I don't think anyone's a natural-born salesman, but some people are. But what I'll share with you is, Raul, I know you are, brother, right? But people will do what you do, not what you say. So here is a guaranteed way, and I don't make too many guarantees, but here's a guaranteed way that your team will recruit more, will sell more, and talk to more people, right? Here's the secret. You need to be out there recruiting more, selling more, right? And talking to more people. And that's the only way that those people are going to step up and do more. Now, some of those people are not going to recruit more, sell more, talk to more people, even if they see you out there doing it. That's just human nature. Why do some people not do it? Well, I wouldn't try to figure that out. I wouldn't spend too much time trying to figure that out. Here's what I would do. I would spend your time on recruiting, personally sponsoring people and recruiting people, selling more, and talking to more people. Leading by example, and doing what you want your team to do. Because again, no one is going to do what you say. They're going to do exactly what you're doing. So if you're not where you want to be in your business, your team is not as big as you want it to be, or you're trying to hit the next rank, and you want your team to help you do that, forget the team. You need to go out there and do it yourself. And I remember one of my mentors saying this a long time ago, and it stuck with me. He said, listen, even if my entire team, meaning all you guys, and he had a huge team, even if you all quit today, I would do it all again. And you know what? I believed him. And I knew he would do it, right? And that's the mentality that you need to have. Even if everybody, instead of getting frustrated with everyone on your team not doing anything, you need to, if they do anything, be happy, congratulate, sharing their victories, pump them up, but don't expect them to do anything. The only thing that you can control is what you do. And what you need to do is get out there and lead by example, right? Now, let me give you three tips on what I would do when you're out there personally recruiting, and when you're personally recruiting. And this is what I did with my team. Meaning, if there's anybody that I piqued interest, I had to follow up with, I was meeting with, I would do this as much as possible, as much as I can. Here's what you want to do. Number one, if you have a list of people, and you should, as a leader, there should be people that you need to talk to. Now, again, I'm a little old school, and I believe old school is good, and here's why. I would do, right, if there's anyone that you need to follow up with, I would get somebody on your team that you want to mold, and you see leadership potential in them. I would say, listen, I'm sitting down to make some calls. I want you to be available. I want you just to listen how I make these calls, right? So get your teammate on the phone, and then just start dialing. Let them hear how you make the call. what you say to them, how you answer questions, how you follow up with them, how do you leave it if no one answers, or if they do answer, if they have some questions, how do you leave it? So I would let them hear what you're saying, okay? Number one, I think there's power in, and I know with technology these days, everybody wants to sit on their phones and text message, and there's no human emotion there, okay? That's why I say I'm old school. I think it's important to have your team hear that, okay? So that's number one. Number two, I would show them, meaning if you do follow up with somebody, right? Because there's great strategies and to follow up with people on social media, right? Now listen, not everyone's going to take your phone call. Maybe you're cold market prospecting and you're sending messages to people on Facebook or LinkedIn. What I would do is screenshot them and send it to your team and let them know, hey, listen, I'm following up with this person, and this person's a player. I'm trying to recruit this person. This is what I'm saying to. So they see that you're doing it. So that they see, exactly, Ro, great point. So they actually see you doing it, you leading by example. And I'll tell you what, because I used to be really nervous calling people. I used to get so nervous calling people, following up with people, trying to prospect them, trying to recruit them. But when I had to set the example for a new person on my team, that fear went out the window. I would just start calling people because I didn't care about the results. I wanted them to see that I was doing it and I didn't have any fear, and I would just do it. And I was always more productive. Personally, I always recruited more people, sponsored more people, and sold more when I was trying to show somebody else who was brand new how to do it. Rick, hey buddy, hope you're enjoying Florida, buddy. And so I always leading by example, right? You're going to produce more. It's going to kick you into high gear. Plus, it's going to teach the new people, and you're setting the example, right? You're leading by example. Now, the third thing, okay, again, this is when I say I'm old school, is I would do as many physical two-on-one meetings as possible. Meaning, if you're trying to recruit somebody and you want to go grab a cup of coffee, don't go alone. Bring somebody on your team with you. Let them see your posture. Let them see how you answer questions. And just say, listen, I just want you to sit there. Right? Just listen. Let them listen to how you're handling things. Okay? So that's what I like to do. Now, again, I know some of you guys are, you're recruiting international. It's not possible to be sitting down with people physically. But if you're doing any kind of Zoom calls or webinar or whatever you're doing to recruit people, let your team see that you're doing it. Let them know that you're doing it and leading by example. Because that is how your team is going to do more. And if you feel stuck and you want your team to do more, I get it. The only way to get them to do more is by you doing it. And be okay with not everybody following your lead. Again, it's going to drive some of you guys crazy because you believe more in people, some of these people, than they do themselves. Okay? But if you believe that they have leadership abilities, okay, and you can develop them and they're coachable, spend the time, invest the time with them. So that's all I have tonight, guys. Again, a little late tonight. Jennifer, I appreciate you sharing. And guys, thanks for tuning in. And depending upon, I'm going to try to do another training tomorrow. I hate the word try, so most likely I will. I don't know what time yet. But listen, I appreciate your support. Do me a favor. If you got value out of this video and you think it could help somebody, please like it, share it, tag them on this. And also, if you haven't done so yet, please check out my website, workwithmikelawson.com. I actually have a course that I did on recruiting high-quality A players, specifically on Facebook. I have it on that website if any of you guys are interested. John, hey, buddy. And, just some great stuff there. But also check out, the website. There's links to my YouTube as well and to get all these free trainings. So have a great night, everybody, and take care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.